What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. Today's commentary is an extraordinarily juicy one. I mean, the information that we have here today is it's rough. If you are a hardcore Call of Duty fan and you do not like the direction that this franchise is heading, then this news, this information is going to be nothing but negatives. And honestly, for the future of this overall franchise, with what's going on here, I don't expect anything to be changing anytime soon. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep into today's topic, if you do enjoy what you hear today and you want to hear some more content revolving around Call of Duty Battlefield X-Defined, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button. We are literally right around the corner to 44,000 subscribers. So you guys already know I appreciate all the support you guys showed to me. And last but not least, we do stream every day besides Sunday, so we'll be live today on Saturday at around, I would say, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time over on Kick. We usually play different games like Battlefield. We've been playing a lot of BattleBit recently, and we play some old school Call of Duty games as well. More than likely, we'll probably stray over to the Battlefield side of things, but at the end of the day, if you guys want to be a part of that, hang out with the community and chat it up with me, you guys can find the link to my Kick channel and all my other socials down in the description of this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now, as I was saying, this information is going to probably be extraordinarily disappointing for a lot of you guys. But as you can see from Charlie Intel over on Twitter, he went ahead and said, Call of Duty apparently generated $800 million in revenue for PlayStation in the US only in 2021. $1.5 billion in revenue for worldwide. Keep in mind, for PlayStation only. Okay, we're moving on to the next one here. In 2021, over 1 million PlayStation players only played Call of Duty on their PlayStation and nothing else. 6 million PlayStation gamers spent 70% of their time only playing Call of Duty. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is not the biggest proof that we always go back on our word, we never live up to anything that we say, and one of the main reasons why we'll never see any changes, this is exactly it. Must I remind you the time period of, 2021? That was the end of Black Ops Cold War going into Vanguard. If you don't remember everything that happened, Black Ops Cold War not only got a bunch of crap when it came to multiplayer, even though I personally think that's probably one of the better, COD games out of the past 3 or 4 titles that have been released right now. But still, compared to the OGs, nothing great. So it got a lot of crap for multiplayer. And on top of that, the integration with Warzone and Black Ops Cold War was horrifying. It broke the whole Warzone experience. Literally broke it. It took forever for them to polish it back off. And I mean, there was a straight up DMR meta for months on end where people are 1-2 tapping you with M16s in Warzone. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of you guys remember this. I hope you guys remember this because it blows my mind that the PlayStation player base not only gave out the most revenue, but at the same time gave out the most play time during this time period. So like I said, Warzone sucked at that current time period. Call of Duty 6v6 sucked. Then Vanguard comes out. I would say people kind of preferred a little bit more Vanguard because they were able to polish off Warzone a bit more by then. The maps, I don't know, but everybody always complains about the map. I'm not a Warzone player, so I don't know behind the scenes. But from my own viewpoint, it seems the community might have enjoyed it a little bit better, but still nothing crazy. And multiplayer for Vanguard, I mean, come on now. Do you guys really think it was that popular and a lot of people played it? I'm not saying you can't like the game, but when we're talking about popularity and, how many players are staying and playing the game 6v6-wise, it was a pretty rough scene when Vanguard released. So the fact that they made $8 million. I'm sorry, that's way off. $800 million in revenue in just the year of 2021 and brought in 6 million PlayStation, players only playing COD in 2021 absolutely blows my mind. It just proves that, again, we can talk as much as we want, we can rant as much as we want, we can make as much content as we want, and we'll probably continuously do so. A lot of us aren't going to stop until we can at least get some good changes in COD, and when we get some good changes in COD, we'll probably start making some good positive content, but until then, we're going to speak our minds. A lot of people are going to end up continuously speaking their minds. So, obviously, we're going to keep doing us, but man, I don't really expect much anymore. I enjoy the community we have built here. I enjoy making these videos, but to think that we are doing anything that Activision's pockets is just unrealistic. There is a much larger casual base out there who will gladly cough up money and cough up playtime, and we don't even know about it. And that's just the simple facts. Even through the worst drought of Call of Duty, the worst times in Call of Duty history, even worse than the jetpack era when it was nonstop jetpack games year after year after year, this is worse than that era, okay? Modern Warfare 2019 up to current date, we have been going through a really bad time with 6v6, and you're telling me that they were still able to bring in billions of dollars that year on top of bringing in people who only play COD? And that's another thing. That's what really blows my mind here. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. But the fact that 6 million PlayStation gamers spend 70% of their time only playing COD? Are you kidding me? Only Call of Duty? No other games? Through that horrible cycle, through all the crap we went through, you're telling me still 6 million players spent 70% of their time playing COD. And over 1 million only played COD. Only played it. They didn't touch anything else. So still over 1 million individuals only played Call of Duty. I mean, it's logical. Call of Duty is probably one of the most casual games out there. It takes the least amount of time to learn, the least amount of time to master. Everybody knows about it. So obviously it's going to bring in a lot of players, but the only game you play? 1 million people? Again, this is why we fail so frequently. We can't get a stand to happen because even when we think that we're making a stand, and even when we think we're boycotting, and even when we think that we're doing something right, we aren't, because there's millions and millions and millions of people out there who will still gladly go through the cycle. Even the people who hate the game, talk crap about the game, don't want certain things happening to the game, will gladly still put in that work. It just is what it is. And the fact that this is only PlayStation, man, can you imagine what the actual numbers are then on the rest of the crowd? You know, what about PC? What about, Xbox? And these numbers are not even including mobile sales. Call of Duty Mobile, which is extraordinarily popular. This is only PlayStation. This is literally only on PlayStation. So if you combine all these numbers together, all the platforms, all the sales, base game sales, microtransaction sales, all of the above, and including playtime as well, because I'm sure a lot of people on Xbox, PC, and mobile only play COD and no other games, no other applications. I'm positive. It's not just PlayStation. So if we combine all of this together, Activision is really packing when it comes to Call of Duty, and it just further proves why they are never encouraged to change anything. They might not even understand because they're the suits. A lot of the time, it takes a lot to, get word of mouth from, the actual situation you're in right now all the way to the top where Activision's at, in these type of situations. And they just might simply not, understand. They're looking at the numbers and saying, look at this. People are only playing COD. People are spending bank in COD. We're doing fantastic. But I don't know. I don't get it. Because even Warzone has had its complications, and they are so quick to fix that in a heartbeat, And if these numbers are true, even during the downtimes of Warzone, then it just doesn't seem logical to me then. At the end of the day, Warzone is their favorite, and 6v6 continues to get absolutely crapped upon, and for no logical reason whatsoever. But these numbers aren't going to assist with us in any way, shape, or form. I might have said that it probably, they might not even know at the top, but I think they do. Like I said, if they can hear us talk about Warzone, they can hear us talk about pretty much the rest of the game as well. The same voices who said stuff about Warzone said the same thing about 6v6. They know, they're not blind to the situation. They just might not feel obligated to do anything, which is where we stand. We are in a situation where we are very passionate about a game that we love, but since people cannot stop playing it, since people cannot stop spending money in it, we can't get back to those days. The developers feel like they can do whatever. They don't need to listen to any feedback. They don't need to do anything the community says. They put out exactly what they want to put out, and then they make bank and move on to the next one. It sucks because it's not a Battlefield situation where, the community fights back. They speak their mind. They stop playing the game. They stop spending money on the game. They see an impact. It's not like that. It's just simply a situation where, they make tons of cash, have tons of playtime. While at the same time, they have, a group of people yelling at them about their game. So they just don't give a crap. But ladies and gentlemen, do me a massive favor. Make sure you go down in the comment section and leave your opinions on about how you feel about these numbers here. Do you even think they're legit? Do you think they're the real deal? Honestly, I really do think they are. This franchise is huge. It's a reason why, Call of Duty is always one of the #1 most sold games every single year, And obviously for that to happen, there's going to have to be numbers to back it up. People really love COD. And the fact that there's millions who will dedicate their time to only this franchise, even when it's in the worst state it could possibly ever be in, they will still not hold themselves back to hopefully, get us to a better spot with this game. At that point, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that we only are going to be seeing this franchise go on a further and further decline. Sledgehammer might correct us on that one, which they probably will. They'll do a lot of, Sledgehammer always brings out games that, they listen to the community and they'll switch a few things around. But, I want a full blown out passionate project from the ground up that doesn't have to take years to listen to community feed. Just, I want that X-Defiant vibe, where they are constantly doing, the game drops and it's not like it's going to be silence. No, we're all still heard. They listen to all the feedback. They take everything into account. They want the game to evolve with the community. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever be able to get that type of love as long as these numbers stay the way they are. But, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, bumps I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, or subscribe to the notification button. Also, on chat with this to do so, I have a Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me with live streams of video games over on Twitch, linked in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.